Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and hi to anyone that's new. This week I went dealership spotting at Pahroah and saw some pretty cool cars that made for some great content. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out a lot. So the first thing you see as you walk into Pahroah is this beautiful branded welcome mat. The first car that greets you at the door is this F90 M5 competition with carbon ceramic brakes, which are an option that costs over 100,000 rand. They've got a fully packed showroom with a healthy variety of different cars, ranging from the brand new A45 all the way to a classic M3 CSL. The first car to catch my eye was this blue W205 C63 sedan next to this black SL63 AMG. Next was a C180 station wagon. These cars are extremely rare in South Africa and it's really cool to see one of them in such a clean condition. Behind that was a GLE 63S with the original boxy shape with the sharp edges next to the new smooth GLE, which I really think the previous one looked better. It also had a previous generation G-Wagon next to it to prove my point that the original Mercedes designs looked way better than the new stuff. Next up was a S560 Maybach in a clean silver spec. Here we have a beautiful blue E92 M3 in pristine condition. I've seen some of these that look like they literally drove through a war zone, so it's really nice to see one that's been so well kept. Next was a beautiful orange 1M next to a silver M3 CSL, an extremely rare collector's item next to another E92 M3 with an AC Schnitzer exhaust, another rare. They also had modern M cars with the F82 M4 and the F87 M2. So Pahroah has two showrooms, the original one which is now called Origins and their new showroom across from Sandton City. So you know we had to go do both to get the best content for you guys. At the new showroom, you are immediately greeted by a 458 Spider at the door, so it's clear that this is where they keep their best cars. Behind that was a Land Cruiser, and all I'll say is if you know, you know. One of my dream cars here with the black S65 AMG with a twin turbocharged V12 engine. Super rare car, especially considering that it's in South Africa. This car had a beautiful cream white interior that drastically contrasts the full black exterior, but I really liked it. Next to it was a cream white Maybach. They also had an AMG GTC convertible, or a cabriolet as they would say in German. Plus they also had another silver S-Class. Once you get into the main showroom, you are greeted by R35 GTR and a rather special Huracan. This is a twin-turbo Huracan with a 1016 Industries wide-body kit on it, and I have no idea how much power this exact car makes, but twin-turbo Huracans are usually in the ballpark of 1,200 and 1,600 horsepower. If you know exactly how much power this exact one makes, please let me know in the comments down below. This car has a center exit exhaust, which is one of my favorite mods you can put on any car. It has a huge wing on the back, green accents all throughout the car. And right next to it, for a comparison of how crazy and how wild this design is, we have two regular stock Huracans. Interesting how this silver one is a LP580, but it has the Performante wheels. I wonder who spec'd this one. Next is the LP560 Gallardo. This is one of the special edition Gallardos. This exact one is a Balboni edition. Valentino Balboni was one of Lamborghini's test car drivers, and he worked on the development of many great Lamborghinis that we know and love today. Next, we had a beautiful NA V10 yin and yang with these two Gen 3 R8s next to a beautiful red SLS. Now for the luxury cars, they've got a black badge Wraith next to a S600 two-tone Maybach with a V12 in 2024. Can you imagine that? That's a miracle coming from Mercedes in 2024. They had a two-tone BMW i7, and I must admit, this thing still looks absolutely insane. The front grille is huge, and I still haven't gotten used to it after 2 years of seeing them. They had a huge section of luxury cars, everything from a RSQ8 all the way to Range Rover SVRs in every color you can imagine. The only car that really matters here in my opinion is this beautiful 2018 Bentley Mulsanne with the Hallmark series. With green paint all throughout and green accents all throughout. I use that word a lot, eh? This is one of the best Mulsanne specs I've ever seen, especially considering that it came from factory just like this. They've been discontinued since then, so the value is sure to go up. This is really big for an investor to buy into. Next up was the king of the streets, especially in South Africa. They had a full row of G63s in every spec you can imagine. A G63 in grey with the Luma body kit. Next was the Brabus body kit. Let me know which one you guys prefer in the comments down below. I personally think the Luma body kit looks much better. It feels more unique and more well presented than the Brabus ones. Maybe it's because I'm used to seeing the Brabus ones because there have been so many of them, and like for the past 5 years, almost every G-Wagon has had the conversion done to it. But yeah, personal preference goes to the Luma. I really like it. In front of the G63s was the Porsche section, starting off with a Carrera, an older Turbo S next to a GT4 in a beautiful blue color, and a silver GT2 RS with the Weissach edition package on it. Wow, this thing is an absolute beast. I didn't hear it start up, but man, I've heard one of these before and it's absolutely insane. Next was the row of Vianos, or the fucking car as it's known in South Africa, followed by two GLS 600 Maybachs that were solid colors and not two-tone. One was maroon and one was silver. It's funny how like 3 years ago, after COVID, having a two-tone car was really unique and special, and now we've gone back to having solid color cars being the unique ones and the special option instead of the two-tone one. Behind that was an F8 Tributor with a hideous looking i8 next to it, a Porsche Targa, and a lonely Aston Martin. I don't really understand why they only had one Aston Martin in stock. Next was the Ferrari section with a Cali and a Roma at the back, with a few boring red Ferraris that we've all seen before, so I'm not going to highlight them too much. The only spectacular Ferrari that they had here was the Vorsteiner Aero 458, with bronze Vorsteiner wheels, a huge carbon diffuser, and a massive ducktail on the back. Unfortunately, I got so excited when I saw this car, I became an absolute idiot and didn't film much of it, but I got some really nice pictures, so to compensate for that, here's the pictures.